So this is question 9 on the November 2015 Foundation Paper 1. Brian makes bracelets and necklaces. He threads small and large beads onto a chain. The table below shows some information about the number of beads he uses. Brian uses the same ratio of small and large beads for each bracelet and each necklace. Complete the table. So, Brian makes one bracelet with 18 small beads and 12 large beads, and that's a total of 30 beads. For one necklace he uses 150 beads, so for one bracelet he uses 30 beads, and for one necklace he uses 150 beads. So he actually uses, if you can see, 5 times as many beads on one necklace compared to bracelets. So the number of large beads he'll use will be 5 times as large, will be 5 times as big, and the number of small beads he uses will also be 5 times as big. So we just times however many large beads he uses for a bracelet by 5, and we also do the same for small beads. So large beads will be 12 times 5, because we're using 5 times as many, which is going to be 60 large beads. And then the same then for small beads. Is going to be 18 times 5, because we're using 5 times as many beads, and that's going to be 90. So this is the second part of the question, and it's worth 6 marks, so it's quite a big part of the question. The table below shows the cost of the materials. So small beads, one small bead would cost 5 pence, one large bead 10 pence, a bracelet chain is 80 pence, and a necklace chain is £2.95. A shop buys 100 bracelets from Brian. Brian makes 70% profit on the cost of the materials. Work out the total amount that the shop pays Brian for the bracelets. So, to work out the total amount he charges for the bracelets, it's going to be the amount he spends on making the bracelets, and another 70% on top of that as well. So firstly we've got to work out how much he spends on making the 100 beads. And I'm going to move this over here because it takes up quite a lot of working out. So each small bead, I just rewrote the table really. So the number of beads he uses, he sells 100 net bracelets. Bracelets, and he uses 18 small beads per bracelet, 12 large beads, and we're assuming one bracelet chain. But I can't imagine if he buys any necklace chains to make any bracelets. So if he's making 100 bracelets, he's going to need 100 times each of these. 100 small beads and 1200 large beads, and then 100 bracelet chains. Again, he doesn't need any necklace chains. So we're then going to work out the cost for each of these. So for small beads it's going to be 1800 times 5, because it's 5 pence per one, and I've converted everything to pence, and then we're going to convert back at the end. So it's 1800 times 5, which is 9,000 pence on small beads alone, which is £90 on small beads. Then large beads will be 1200 times, and each large bead costs 10 pence, so it's going to be times by 10, which is 12,000 pence. And then he buys 100 bracelet chains. And that costs 80 pence each one. So it's times by 80. And that's going to be 8,000 pence. So if we add these three up together, these totals up, we bought all of the materials he needs, which comes to 29,000 pence. So that's the total cost for the materials. So cost of materials is 29,000 pence. He also makes 70% profit on that. And everyone has different ways of working on profit percentages. So we need 70% of 29,000. Firstly, I'd work out 10%. So 10% is going to be 2,900. Then I would times that by 7. So 70% equals 2,900 times by 7, which is 20,300. So that's the profit he makes. But the question's asking us, how much does he charge the shop for the bracelets? And that's going to be the cost of the materials. So the total cost equals the cost of materials plus profit. And that's going to be 29,000 plus 20,300. And the total cost is then going to be 49,300 pence. And if you wanted to convert that back to pounds, it doesn't ask you to, but you can. That's going to be £493 and 00 pence. Or just £493. And that's the total cost for all 100 bracelets.